You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Jenny Taft, the moderator on Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, well, it looks like she is out of the door on that show. You can see here on New York Post, Jenny Taft expected to leave Undisputed with new Fox Sports deal. And I know that Rhodes probably has some speculation as to why she's actually leaving the show. And he'll give his opinion on that. But let's read a little bit of this. Jenny Taft is finalizing a new deal to remain with Fox Sports, but eventually exit FS1's Undisputed, the Post has learned. While Taft had two viral moments of friction with Skip Bayless in the past several months, one involving Lincoln Riley and the other one about Mike McCarthy's physical fitness and whether that impacts his leadership abilities, a source was adamant that this was not the reason she is leaving the show. First, Taft's role with live events is expected to be her focus. She is a sideline reporter on Fox Sports' top college football broadcasting team with Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt. Fox also has two World Cups coming up. The men's games in Qatar starting this November, followed by the Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand next summer. Fox broadcast teams for the World Cup have not been announced yet, but it would hardly be shocking if Taft, who has contributed to them before, is included. With all of these responsibilities, she would have already been missing Undisputed on numerous occasions in the next 18 months. Now, I'm going to stop right there. Okay, leaving for the World Cup, I'm not buying that because the World Cup is just the World Cup. What about the rest of the year and the rest of the year and other events going forward? Rhodes, why do you think she's actually leaving, even though she's getting a new deal?
Number one, far as like in-studio content, Undisputed is far and away their highest rated show of their original programming, non-live sporting events, in other words. Far and away their number one rated show. So that's odd that would be seen as any kind of a step up if she was to leave the show. Now, look, outside of Stephen A. Smith, the next most powerful person in all of sports media, and honestly, I think it's debatable. I think he may be the most powerful. The other most powerful person is Skip Bayless.
I believe it's Skip Bayless over Stephen A. Smith.
There's no question.
Because he started this whole thing.
He is the number one draft pick. I mean, if Skip all of a sudden was, in fact, his contract was coming up due last year. They paid him an unworldly amount of money. I don't even think we know the exact figure to get him to stay.
ESPN was so desperate for him, they were going to allow him to still work for Fox Sports and pay him to work on ESPN.
Exactly. They were, and that's one thing you don't see. You never see cross-pollination between ESPN and Fox Sports ever. You never see it with any of their stars. And they were literally so desperate to get Skip back on ESPN television, they were willing to let him be on multiple shows between multiple companies. That little tiff with Skip Bayless, I cannot believe for a second that is not directly responsible for her leaving this show.
It was pretty bad, man.
Number one, it went mega viral. Her exchange with Skip Bayless. The other thing was she was being celebrated as some kind of a hero, okay? A hero speaking out for people that were overweight, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that trended on Twitter. That clip of her nailing Skip Bayless and all that, man, she was celebrated everywhere. But if you look at Skip's face in that clip, Skip is pissed. He's royally pissed.
He wasn't expecting that from her.
No. And you could tell Skip had a little, look, lady, let's be clear. And I think he would have looked at a man the same way before anybody gets out of hand there. But I think he looked over at her and thought, look, people are here for two reasons. Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. They are not here for Jenny Taft, okay?
And that's true because Joy Taylor was doing the moderation before her.
That's right. And I think that happened. And Skip, I'm sure, got off the show, walked in the back, blah, blah, blah. And I could only imagine the level of explosion behind the scenes from Skip Bayless over that exchange with Jenny Taft. I can only imagine. I mean, I'm sure he was literally sitting back going, look, lady, you're a hood ornament. All right. You're a hood ornament. You're supposed to be, you're in the middle sitting there. It's great that you're directing traffic. You know, you're glorified airplane lander guy directing where everything needs to go. Skip is a professional. Tiger is absolutely right. He is a professional. He's never gonna get out of hand with somebody like Jenny on the air, but behind the scenes,
maybe when they went to commercial break, he probably laid into her.
You could not ever sell it to me that exchange over Mike McCarthy didn't have a direct impact on what she's going to be doing in the future.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.